me too.
Yeah, we just have to agree to never speak about that watch again.
But I feel so guilty.
Then we shall deal with our emotions like grown-ups. Push them down deep inside ourselves and ignore them for the rest of our lives.
Something. We will always deal with shitty people. Shitty people are an essential part of life, and that is the reality, because we live in different parallel realities. So when can you actually know that you are in that parallel reality that I'm talking about? So there are so many examples when someone feels like really sad, and even though that person feels sad, that person feels invalidated when is hanging around with other people, because they constantly feel like everyone is happy. Other people don't have to be sad in order to accommodate the sad person's reality. But the thing is that everyone subconsciously suppresses that sadness that at this very same moment. Those are the types of situations where you actually feel like you are in a completely different reality and you're alone. And that, trust me, is the worst feeling that exists. In my opinion, there is no suffering worse than that, than feeling and being in that separate reality where no one can actually be in the same reality as you. There are so many people that go through that every single day, especially victims of abuse. They feel as if they are living the double life, and at one moment everything is okay, but those people feel as if they are living a really fake reality, while the other moment they feel so alone, as if they are in a jail cell, literally in a jail cell being tortured. That's how that feeling actually feels, and I'm sure that you're aware of it. What does the term shitty people mean for me? So shitty people are the ones that can't accommodate your reality. Let's say, for an example, you're ordering a pizza, but the person that works there isn't nice to you, or is really angry for some reason, and they just can't be in the same reality as you, and you feel as if something is wrong with you. And that feeling that is caused by you feeling like there's something wrong with you, your reality separates from the pizza guy, literally. Those are the types of situations where you are actually in a separate reality. And unfortunately, we will all go through the same thing maybe every single day, but a lot of times in our lives, and that is inevitable. So for me, shitty people are delusional people. Those are the types of people that they are not even conscious of their own reality, so they can't even be in yours. They can understand you as much as maybe they can say that they can understand you, but you can't feel that because you feel so alone in your own reality. So that reality can't even be explained. I genuinely believe that that feeling causes suicide. Who are actually shitty people? So shitty people are the ones who can't actually conceptualize other people's reality. Those people tend to just dig a hole and stay in it forever and never look outside that hole. First of all, I need to admit that I truly understand how that feels, and I truly can understand where that comes from. That comes from the fact that you're suppressing, denying all of the aspects of yourself. There is no other explanation, and you can't take people as a part of yourself because you're not doing that to yourself. First of all, I would like to give some advice for the people who can't actually understand other people. Let's say that you have a situation where your best friend is going out with a very toxic person and you can't seem to even compensate how her brain works and how she actually thinks. What I advise you to do is to literally first admit to yourself that you can't understand the other person. If you try to convince yourself that you believe and you understand the other person, everything will be even worse, because even if you don't want to, no matter if you want to or not, those parts of you that don't agree with what the other person thinks and how that person acts, they're going to surface out and everything is going to end up with a conflict. First of all, admit to yourself that you don't understand that person at all. And trust me, be brutally honest. Be literally brutally honest. I know that it can be really shitty, but it's a great start. It will feel as if 500 trucks fell from your back. Literally. From your back, 500 trucks. And so, as I said, other people can't accommodate our reality because they are not conscious of their own. It's a really sad part, because denial, in my eyes, is the worst enemy of not only the conscious, the subconscious too. Because life literally is full of conscious things, you know. Even the subconscious expresses itself to us all the time. But what do? We continue to sleep. And because of that attitude and intolerance of pain, we do everything to escape it. As an example, I see a lot of people trying to cope with literally the suffering that is in front of our eyes with, let's just have fun. Let's have fun. You can live only once. That is the best way to just throw everything out of the window. And the advice that I have for those people who can't understand a certain situation or a certain person, give yourself a break and sit with the confused and really angry part about something concerning the other person. As an example about the example that I gave with the person going out with a toxic person, sit down and talk to that person that you can't understand her or him, and that you just can't put up with that. It's up to you if you're going to make it a lose-lose game. You're either going to suffer and just bear it all out, or you either are just going to express how you feel, and so the other lose can be how the other person reacts. If you're not safe with the other person and she or he can't put up with you, not put up with you, that's a really strong word, a phrase, more like a phrase. Understand how you feel. If that person can't understand how you feel, then maybe you're not compatible. It's a really sad reality that not all of us are compatible, and we just can't belong in every environment. We can't belong with anyone, and it's a sad reality, but what can we do? So at last, the advice that I have for people who can't seem to get out of that parallel reality is to literally sit with that sadness. Other people can be in denial, but you don't have to. Trust me, you always have a choice not to be in denial. And we feel powerless all the time because the world seems like it's a different one. It's like a separate being. It's something that we can't understand and can't comprehend, and it's really understandable. We all feel like that constantly. But we're not that powerless here. I mean, yes, everything else is really, let's say, in denial, but we don't have to be. We have the power to choose. Choosing to not be in denial and to not run away is probably one of the toughest choices you can make. Because that means that you will feel so isolated before you find your right people. But at least you will find your right people. And that's a blessing that not everyone has, unfortunately. People spend so many lives in ignorance just so they can be safe. And that is a really understandable tactic. But would you rather spend your whole life just to say for your life that it's good enough? Or would you rather live it to the fullest and find the right things, people, and ways for you? Let me tell you something. Literally, our demons were always here for us, even when we weren't here for us. And trust me, our demons were scared for us when we couldn't care for ourselves. Our demons were our best friends when no one was. If you really want to live a happy life, you need to start somewhere. No matter how painful it is, sit with that pain. Invite it literally to drink tea with you. Trust me, you won't regret it. You won't regret it at all. Have a nice life.